Shalom. Giving all praise and glory to the most high power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He's worthy to be praised for everything. Hallelujah to his glorious and holy name. As always, we're going to start off with Colossians 3 and 17. And whatsoever you do in word or deed, do all by Hashem Mashiach Yahushai. Give me thanks to the Most High and the Father by Hashem Mashiach Yahushai. So all that we say and do is going to be in the name of the Lord and Savior. We give thanks to the most high power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's his name forever and more to all generations. So I was going to go off into something else, but the Spirit had me go into encouragement during these times. You know, I've gotten calls and people that have lost loved ones and friends and so forth with this plague that the Most High have on this earth right now. And some people taking it lightly, you know, but people have died from whatever it is that the Most High have on this earth at this time. Because nothing is happening without the Most High's permission. He allowed it to go down. Believe that. Because he's the one that wound, he's the one that heal, he's the one that kill, he's the one that make alive. He's worthy to be praised for everything. It's just hard for someone to hear this that have lost someone, but we still got to praise the Most High. Because you don't know if they out of here for a reason that is coming on this earth is worse than you ever can imagine. You know, a lot of times, you know, people look at, think that someone's left because of something they done or whatever, but when you look at Isaiah 57 and 1, you say the righteous perishes, and no man layeth it to heart. It's righteous. Only way they righteous, they follow the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High. They're doing what's right. He said they perishes, and no man layeth it to heart. And merciful men are taken away. None considering, you got to consider this. He say none considering that the righteous is taken away from the evil to come. You hear that? So the righteous can be taken away for the evil to come. So just keep that in mind. That's a balance. Both sides of balance. You know, you give us a balance in these scriptures. And that's why it's very good to know the precepts to get understanding. Let's look at Proverbs. I want to bring out some encouragement, you know, for our brothers and sisters that's going through whatever they're going through in this trying times. So let's look at Proverbs 24 and 10. Proverbs 24 and 10. If thou faint in the day of adversity, thy strength is small. So you can't faint in the time of adversity. That's your strength. Your strength is nothing more important than your faith in the Most High. See, it's small. It's little. That's why people are so worried about the word. I don't know about that word, period. I eradicated that word out of my brain long time ago. Because worry cancels out faith. What's the point of praying and then you worried about the same thing you prayed for? You shouldn't have even prayed. I mean, you don't really believe in the Most High. You have power. He said you are gods. You are the children of the Most High. Who really believe that? Or you believe in yourself? Believing in yourself is nothing. That ain't nothing for us to believe in ourselves. We only have the Most High to believe in. Believe this. We'll jump down to verse 16. It says, for a just man falleth 7 times and rises up again. But the wicked shall fall into mischief. You see? A just man, a righteous man, falls 7 times. 7 is up to completion. You know, he might fall 7 times or more. A complete number of times. 7 is number of completion, so it could be falling a complete number of times, going through adversities and a lot of problems and troubles and so forth, or doing something that's, not lawful according to the Most High. But see, what we got to look at is, okay, because, men will say, oh, just man, they'll use that scripture to say, oh, just man falls 7 times and rises up again, right? But it's not, when you keep doing the same thing over and over again, nah. Better understand. Go to Hebrews 10 and 26. Because that's like, what's wrong and you're doing what's wrong. No, it don't work that way. Nah, listen at this. Hebrews 10, 26. For if we sin willfully, after that we have received the knowledge of the truth, so you did wrong, you repented, then we go back to doing the same thing over and over again. Nah. You hear what it said? If we sin willfully, because it's wrong. If you're in this truth, a lot of you been in the truth a long time, many, many moons, many, many years and so forth. But you'll use that scripture and say, oh, a just man falleth 7 times and rises up again, but doing the same wicked act over and over again. No, it don't work that way. He said, for if we sin willfully, after that we have received the knowledge of the truth, there remaineth no more sacrifice for sins. You hear that? That means the Mashiach of Shai not going to the Most High. He's the ultimate sacrifice. He's not going to the Most High on your behalf. That's why you got to change. You know what's right. You do what's right. You stay on the right path. You'll be following the right way. But if you know what's wrong and you do what's wrong, he said, I ain't going to the Most High on your behalf. Most High be looking at it like, you come to me again about the same person? Still doing the same thing over and over again, saying, a just man falleth 7 times and rises up again. Or you women the same way too. Keep doing the same thing and think the Most High gonna forgive you. You know what? That's willful sin. You know what's wrong, you doing what's wrong, you keep doing it. Nah. Mashiach Shai said, I ain't wasting my time. And remember, the Most High is consuming fire. We here, look at, jump up to verse 31. Look what he's saying. You gotta understand this. This is the spirit. See, it is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. You don't want to fall into the hands of the living power. Like I said, Mashiach Abishai is there to fan them flames away, because the Most High is, Hebrews 12:29. For our power is a consuming fire. The Most High is a consuming fire. He fire from the waist up and fire from the waist down. He said, I'll melt you. Don't get it twisted. Look, Hebrews 10 and 27. But a certain fearful. See, y'all think fearful don't mean to be afraid, to be scared. But a certain fearful looking for of judgment. That's like whooping our butts, tearing us up for doing the same thing over and over again. And fiery indignation. You hear that? Fiery. The Most High consuming fire. Mashiach Shai moved out the way. You got it. What he gonna do? He trembling before the Most High just like all the rest of the angels. Everybody trembling before the Most High. And people take him so lightly. Better wake up. He's our only hope. Better wake up. He say, but a certain fearful looking for a judgment and fiery indignation, which shall devour the adversaries. You hear that? Adversaries. That means you're the enemies. You become the enemies of the Most High. You want to be, you don't want to be no enemy of the Most High. He said fiery indignation. You better understand, I can't bring it out enough, but I know it's got to be brought out because of the fact of people don't fear the Most High. They're not afraid of him. But you gonna be afraid of him. Believe this. Look, I said he melt you. Let's see. Ezekiel 22 and 20. As they gather silver, remember he's consuming fire. Fiery indignation. As they gather silver and brass and iron and lead and tin into the midst of the furnace, to blow the fire upon it, to melt it, so will I gather you in mine anger and in my fury. You see that fire, that fiery indignation, and in my fury and I will leave you there and melt you. That's who I serve. That's the Most High power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Hallelujah. He said, yeah, I will gather you and blow upon you in the fire of my wrath, and ye shall be melted in the midst thereof. Fiery indignation. I'm telling you, as silver is melted in the midst of the furnace, so shall ye be melted in the midst thereof. And ye shall know that I, the Most High, power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, have poured out my fury upon you. That's the warning. I hear it clearly. That's why you understand, for a balance, I got to give you a balance, because sometimes we go through this. Go to Isaiah 48 and 10. Behold, I have refined thee, but not with silver. Not with the fiery indignation that we just read about, but not with silver. I have chosen thee in the furnace of affliction. So yeah, you're gonna be going through some changes. This ain't something that you just come into, or you in it and you don't expect everything to be perfect. No. If that was the case, Mosiah said, hey, in the beginning he made us to have paradise, peace. We messed it up. We the ones messed it all up. He said, I gave you paradise. So all you had to do is eat of the tree of life. That life means everlasting life. We didn't, so therefore here we are dealing with eating of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil every day of our life. They doing evil, like it's great, like it's something good. Ain't nothing good but the Most High and his laws that he gave us, his rules and regulations that he gave us to follow, period. And that's the only one we got to depend on to make it through whatever we're going through. And praise his holy name forever and ever and ever and ever. He's worthy to be praised. Not nothing else, not nobody else, anything, any entity but the Most High. Period. Listen. Behold, I have refined thee, but not with silver. I have chosen thee in the furnace of affliction for mine own sake. Hear what he said, for his own sake. We're going to go through these changes. We're going to be proven, see if we worthy with our own mortal bodies, to see if we worthy before the Most High. For his own sake, he said. Not for our sake, for his own sake. Here he said, for mine own sake. Even for mine own sake. Said it once, said it twice. For mine own sake, even for mine own sake will I do it. For how should my name be polluted? His name is in our name. Yah. Y-A-H. We're Yashar Allah. Listen. He said, for how should my name be polluted? And I will not give my glory unto another. He said, he giving him Mashiach Yahushua, which is his glory, to another. Trust me. Hearken unto me. He said all the time, got to tell us to listen to him. Why? Because we ain't listen. We ain't never listen. But it's a time to listen now, y'all. People are dropping dead. They leaving out of here. All ages, even the babies. You're talking about the children have some type of chronic illness from this now all over America. He said, hearken unto me, O Jacob and Israel, my called. I am he. I am the first. I am the last. Mine hand also have laid the foundation of the earth, and my right hand have spanned the heavens. When I call unto them, they stand up together. Man. As ye assemble yourselves and hear, he told us to listen, Shema Yasharallah, which among them have declared these things. The Most High have loved him. He will do his pleasure on Babylon, and his arm shall be on the Chaldeans. America is the modern day Babylon. He gonna do his work. He gonna put some work in to make sure that everybody know that he is the Most High. Proverbs 4 and 5. Not Proverbs 4 and 5, but Job 4 and 5. Select it. Job, the 4th chapter, the 5th verse. But now it is come upon thee, and thou faintest. It touches thee, and thou art troubled. That's what's happened. You know, the battles and the trials come upon you, and you get weak. People get weak. That's why I say you can't faint in the time of adversity. You suffer, you get angry, you know, you start to doubt, which kills your faith. But you know that things gonna be better if you stay on the right path with the Most High. By Shama Mashak Yahushua. It's gonna be better. Regardless, however it turned out, as long as you stay in this truth. Long as you stay with his truth, you know it's going to be all right. Daniel's 10 and 18. Just got to be strong. Got to put off that weak nature. That just show your faith is not strong. Daniel's 10 and 18. Then there came again and touched me, one like the appearance of a man, and he strengthened me. See? Don't be afraid. You got to be strong. Hear what he said? Then there came again and touched me. Then there came again and touched me, one like the appearance of a man, and he strengthened me and said, O man greatly beloved. Say, O man greatly beloved, fear not. Don't be afraid. Peace be unto you. Shalom, ultimate peace. Be strong. Hear that? Be strong. Yeah. Be strong. See how the Most High speak once, yea, twice? He said, be strong. Be strong. Yeah, be strong. And when he has spoken unto me, I was strengthened and said, let my Lord, let my master speak. But thou hast strengthened me. See? That's the same way we have to be. We got to be strengthened, you know. And you know that Mashiach Yahushua will always be there to strengthen us, keep us on our right path. Because he said, I'm the way. So he's letting you know, just follow me. He says what he said, follow me. We follow him, and we won't have to deal with the things that we are subject to with our mortal bodies, and you're getting weak at the time of adversities. You know, because I mean, these are the things that was prophesied. I mean, we just gotta, you know, you should be ready for it. I mean, are you ready for all the things that's written in this Bible? You heard prophecies. So, I don't think anyone have any excuse, you know? Because if you've been studying, you should know these things. Look at Matthew 24:7. Mashiach said this. It says, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences. That's what you're dealing with now, pestilences. And earthquakes in diverse places. You know, they have earthquakes in diverse places. You got pestilence going all over the world. Just coronavirus, COVID-19. You know, one that the Most High said, you can add right there to the pestilences. But we know that we have a mighty one, the mightiest one of all, the Most High. 2 Timothy 1 and 7. That's why this is encouragement. It's encouragement to get you on the right track, to know that you only have one choice. We don't have a one choice. We don't have no other choice but one choice. And we know that choice is to believe in the Most High, have faith in the Most High. 2 Timothy 1 and 7. Listen. For the Most High, who's the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Jacob being the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel, have not given us the spirit of fear. Most High give us a spirit of fear, but of power. And then when you see power in the Bible, that's spiritual power. But you got to know how to tap into the spiritual power. You can't just say you powerful. This ain't no macho, manly, nothing. Because macho men gonna bow down. Every say men gonna be afraid. When them angels come and deal with you, the invisible, men gonna be trembling. Straight up. Mashiach Shai made things coming from the Most High, visible and invisible. Now in our story, in this Bible, when they came, it was trembling. That's why we just read about Daniel. He had to strengthen them. Told him, be not afraid. He was afraid when the angel came to him. He strengthened them. So these are examples that we have. This is our ammunition right here that we're reading about. That's why the Most High said, for the Most High have not given us the spirit of fear, but of power. But of spiritual power. But if you don't know how to get that spiritual power, by Hashem Mashiach Yahushua going to the Most High on our behalf, and what more power can you get then from the Most High? Who's the power? You gonna name somebody else besides the Most High? I don't think so. Unless you kind of cuckoo or something. Something wrong with you. We got the power. He said he called us, he chose us as his chosen people. See when he said power, that's spiritual power. And of love. That love is keeping up the Most High's commandments. This is how you have the power. This is how you get the power. You got to wait on no power. You have power. It's just a matter of what level you're going to be able to use this power as you go into more of receiving this power that he gives us. But if you don't recognize, you got to wait till the end to be able to get spiritual power when he's telling you. What more power you going to get than the Mashiach going to the Most High, and the Most High said, get the power right here. This is what he said. Look, the Most High, who is that? That's the Most High. Have not given us the spirit of fear, but of power. What do you think he's saying? Spiritual power. And of love and of a sound mind. Think right. To be able to apply these scriptures in our life when the book is closed. What good is it you learning all this here and the book closed and you running around like a chicken with his head cut off and don't know nothing that you done learned already? Some of you been in this for years and still don't have no faith. Something wrong. You got to really do a self-examination in this. They talk about coming house to house to house to house to house. But the Most High said, that's why it's so important. You can't draw things to you because you negative. You don't believe. Look. Look at Psalm 91 and 10. Let's read verse 9. Because thou hast made the Most High, who we talking about, power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation, there shall no evil befall thee. There shall no evil befall you. Neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. Neither any plague come near your dwelling, where we living at. For he shall give his angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all thy ways. You hear that? I'm going to read it again, verse 10. There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. That's what this is about. For he shall give his angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all thy ways. They shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash thy foot against a stone. See, I mean, this is what we're supposed to be looking at and believing in, so that we can start to feel the effects of the kingdom. It's here. It's all here. It's just a matter of, did you ask? That's what our ancestors did. They went. They reminded the Most High what he said. Reminded the Most High what he did, because he liked to be bragged on. But if you ain't talk about him, you don't know him. How you know him if you ain't talk about him? You never talk about him, so you ain't really. I mean, you're gonna talk to him privately, but in talking with anyone, you never speaking about him. So how he know you? You know what I mean? Like, that's why I say you gotta understand. It's a formula. It's already been laid out. It's just who really gonna want to know the formula to apply the formula in their life, or they just gonna do it their own way, like you've been doing. You know, since learning nothing. If you already know, if you already have your own way of doing it, then hey, more power to you. But it's all here in the Word. We have. This is our ancestors. This is our ancestors that we're reading about. This is our people that showed us the way. It's written for us. It wasn't written for them. It's written for us. They didn't have Revelation. Book of Revelation wasn't even here when the Mashiach walked the earth in the flesh. Paul's writings. You know, they didn't have all Paul's writing. Those were letters he sent to different Israelites in different lands, scattered, and so forth. Matter of fact, certain people just had the scriptures. You gotta understand, that's why I was going into the Apocrypha. They burnt the Bibles. Every Bible they had, they burned them. You had the Bible, they was putting you to death. In the Greek Empire, you know, it was against the law to even call yourself an Israelite. So you had those that were locked into the Romans. When they came into power, from the Greeks to the Romans, they were locked into the system. Like it's going to be here. 2/3 of our people ain't good for nothing. Most I said only 1/3 is going to make it. And a remnant of all the nations. You know, so I mean, everybody hating on, but you need to be trying to love us. Most I said, Jacob have I loved. So who think I'm going to love? I'm going to love Jacob. And all you out there that hear my voice should be trying to love Jacob. Because that's who the Most High say he loved. And he got the angels. He say he got these angels right here on the earth to bear his chosen up. Wisdom of Solomon 5:15. It's just encouragement. That's what this is all about. Whether you can hear it or not, hopefully you can. Wisdom of Solomon 5:15. But the righteous live forevermore. Hear that? But the righteous live forevermore. Their reward also is with the Most High. And the care of them is with the Most High. You hear that? I'm reading it again. Wisdom of Solomon 5:15. But the righteous live forevermore. Their reward also is with the Most High. And the care of them is with the Most High. You hear that? And the righteous are those that keep the commandments of the Most High. Let's get that. So just in case you forgot, or somebody might be just, you know, coming in and brand new. This is righteousness. Deuteronomy 6:25. And it shall be our righteousness if, which is condition, we observe to do all these commandments. You hear that? And it shall be our righteousness if we observe to do all these commandments before the Most High. Our power, ours a personal possessive pronoun showing ownership, as he hath commanded us. That's what it's all about. Don't listen to nobody tell you anything different. Now, he telling us he have these angels. He have these angels that's here on this earth, ready to do the will of the Most High. Look, Ecclesiastes 39:28. So you got to trust in this. You got to believe it. It's your faith. It's supposed to be your faith. But if you all by yourself, you don't have the Most High, the Mashiach Yahushua, you don't have the angels, then how is this going to work for you? What you going to do yourself? Nothing. That's why we got to depend on the Most High. Listen to what it says. Ecclesiastes 39:28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. You see? They trying to do this here, but they got to deal with these angels. This is what you got to believe in. The Most High. And they work for the Most High. They're his employees. You understand? These angels are the employees of the Most High. They always work for him. Nobody dealing with him directly. You know what I mean? Indirectly, but not directly. Because you got to deal with these angels. Listen. Whether on the right side or the left side. They appease the wrath of him that made them. Fire. These are angels. These are spirits. When we make his angel spirits. So it says fire and hail and famine and death. All these were created for vengeance. This is what you got to be concerned about. Teeth of wild beasts. I mean, they say they got some hornets that's invading countries. They say they big as your whole hand. They had a man had it in his hand. Hornets. What you gonna do with that flying around? Can you imagine about 50 hornets in your house? They done came through found some way to get in, or you outside, and a zillion hornets come around you. That big? Y'all see them? Google it up. I mean, they huge. Said teeth of wild beasts. You got mad animals that's gonna be just eating people up. These are spirits now. The spirits get into that animal and have them do whatever they want. Remember, even on the left hand side with Legion, 2,000 spirits in that man went into them hogs. Right? They ran down the hill and drowned themselves. 2,000. Fire and hail and famine and death. All these were created for vengeance. Teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and the sword. Why they swords? The gun. Punishing the wicked to destruction. So, I mean, that's what they got to deal with. Punishing the wicked to destruction. Listen, they shall rejoice in his commandment. They're going to be glad to do this. They're going to rejoice to do the commandment of the Most High. Do you believe this? Do you have faith to believe this? Most High, you said your spirits, fire, hail, famine, and death. All these are created for vengeance. Your vengeance, Most High, teeth of wild beasts, Most High, and scorpions, Most High, serpents, and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction. Where they at? They shall rejoice in his commandment, and they shall be ready upon earth. They right here on the earth. They ain't up in the fourth dimension. They right here on the earth. They shall be ready upon earth when need is. And when their time is come, when the Most High called them to do his destruction, they shall not transgress his word. So we better be with the Most High, doing what he say do, in righteousness. Doing what he say do, in righteousness. That's why I said this is encouraging. While we have to look forward to this, those that's doing what you're supposed to do concerning righteousness, keeping the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High, having faith in the Most High. Look at Psalms 34 and 7. Can't be afraid though. It says, the angel of the Most High encampeth round about them that fear him. Where we at? We on this earth. To let you know, the angel of the Most High encampeth around them, about them that fear him. That fear the Most High. We don't fear nothing else, but gotta fear the Most High. Respect the Most High. Fear means to be afraid, to be scared of the Most High. He said, I'm gonna melt you. That don't scare you? Shoot, a lot of y'all should have heard hellfire preaching. You go hear that, you be scared when you come out. But now it's like prosperity. But you hear what he said. The angel of the Most High encampeth round about them that fear him, and delivereth them. Hallelujah. That's good news right there. An example. Uh, I love it. Go to Daniel's the 6th chapter, and this is when Daniel was in the lion's den, a den of lions. And threw him down there so the lions could eat him up, right? Let's look at 20 and 20, 21, 20. Just start at 20. And when he came to the den, he cried with a lamentable voice unto Daniel. And the king spake and said to Daniel, O Daniel, servant of the living power. He's acknowledging the Most High. Is thy power, whom thou servest continually, able to deliver thee from the lions? He asking the question. Is the Most High power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob able to deliver you from the mouth of the lions? Right? I mean, he's being tried. Then said Daniel unto the king, O king, live forever. My power, the Most High power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, have sent his angel. Has sent his angel. And have shut the lion's mouth. This our story. Do you believe it? Could be you. In this time. But you see what he did? My power have sent his angel. We just read about his angel. Encamp about them that fear him and deliver them out of trouble. My power have sent his angel and have shut the lion's mouth, that they have not hurt me, for as much as before him innocency was found in me, and also before thee, O king, have I done no hurt. So I haven't done anything to hurt you. Then was the king exceeding glad for him, and commanded that they should take Daniel up out of the den. So Daniel was taken up out of the den, and no matter of hurt was found upon him, because he believed in his power. He believed in the Most High power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, without a shadow of a doubt. That's power. Now, another case scenario. Concerning Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, whose name was changed to Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Now, they were thrown in the fiery furnace to burn them up. Cold-blooded, Nebuchadnezzar, King Nebuchadnezzar. So let's look. What happened? They're in the fiery furnace. So it was so hot. You see, he heated up 7 times hotter than it's supposed to be. And he had his mighty men throw them in there. And it was so hot, it killed his mighty men. They're on the outside of the furnace, right? Let's look at Daniel's 3. This is our power. In 23. And these 3 men, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, as he named them, fell down bound into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. Then Nebuchadnezzar the king was astonished, and rose up in haste and spake, and said unto his counselors, Did not we cast 3 men bound into the midst of the fire? They answered and said unto the king, True, O king. Yes, we did throw Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, as they named them, into the furnace. Just 3 of them. He answered and said, Lo, I see 4 men loose, walking in the midst of the fire, and they have no hurt. Walking in the midst of the fire, and they have no hurt. And the form of the 4th is like the Son of the Most High. So we're reading about this angel of the Most High, right? He kept around them that fear him, fear the Most High, right? So who is this Son of the Most High? Since y'all don't believe that Mashiach Yahushua exists, some of you don't, let's find out who it is. Verse 28. And Nebuchadnezzar spake and said, Blessed be the power of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who have sent his angel who was the Son of the Most High, and delivered his servants that trusted in him, and have changed the king's word, and yielded their bodies that they might not serve nor worship any power. Hear this? This in captivity under Nebuchadnezzar, Babylonian. He said that they might not serve nor worship any power except their own power, the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He said that's his name forever, the memorial of all generations. Therefore I make a decree that every people, nation, and language which speak anything amiss against the power of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, the most high power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, shall be cut in pieces, and their houses shall be made a dunghill, because there is no other power that can deliver after this sort. Then the king promoted Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the province of Babylon. You see? So you gotta understand this, because the Most High have his way in these kingdoms. That's why go to since we here go to Daniel 4:17. This matter is by the decree of the watchers, and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it the bases of men. Hear that? The bases of men, those that are below all men, all mankind. So you see what it's saying here. It's letting you know. It say, hey, the Son of the Most High, said, right? Go to Hebrews. Because a lot of you want to say it's the angel. What angel? Nah, the Most High ain't never called no angel his son. Go to Hebrews, the 1st chapter. Let's see if the Most High called any of the other angels his son. Let's look at Hebrews 1 and 5. For unto which of the angels said he at any time, thou art my son. This day have I begotten thee. And again, I will be to him a father, and he shall be to me a son. Which one? What other angel? Name them. That's what it's saying. I mean, ask the question. And when he bringeth in the first begotten into the world, the Mashiach Yahushua, who came in the world in Revelation 3:14, tell you when the Most High created the first creation of the Most High, he said, and let all the angels of the Most High, that's what they are, the angels of the Most High, worship him. You know, the angels, he said, who maketh his angels spirits. It might say angel, it might say spirit, but it's still angels. And his minister of flame of fire. That's what he said in Psalms 104 and 4. But unto the Son he said, thy throne, O God, is forever and ever. A scepter of righteousness is the scepter of thy kingdom. Thou hast loved righteousness and hated iniquity. Therefore God, even thy God. Now, Most High have a God? Is there a God over the Most High? There's two gods right there. I don't even like that word, but I mean, I'm just reading it because it'll help you to be able to see that there's two gods right here in this scripture. And believe me, they ain't making it up. Because they ain't have nothing but the law and the prophets. Understand, if you read the New Testament, all they have is the law and the prophets. Just why you got to know the New Testament to the Old to the New, and everything in between. That's all they have is the law and the prophets. That's what they read. They didn't read no New Testament. They read